I have been asked to supply a few of the jokes with which I have had the privilege of subverting the good taste of the Irish nation over the last few decades. And my own favourite Dublin joke, unquestionably, is not a joke at all, it's a true story, a true Dublin incident. Dublin, of course, being the very home of indignation. A Dublin man would rather be indignant than happy any day of the week. And the best example of this is the man who was cycling home for his lunch one day, and he was coming down past Tower Street Fire Brigade Station, and he saw men running around with hoses and shinning up and down ladders carrying out fire drills. So he got down off at the bike, and he looked on very approvingly at all this activity, until someone pulled a wrong lever, and a jet of water shot out of the hose, hit him in the chest, sent him spinning across the street, and left his bike in a tangled mass in the middle of the roadway. So he got up, wiped himself down, looked at the fireman and said, "Jesus, you wouldn't do it to me if I was on fire." And my favourite Kerry story, of course, is the teacher who had two little boys from the same family, two brothers, obviously, from the same family, in his class, and he was very puzzled by the fact that they never arrived in school together. One was always a few minutes later than the other. And one morning, this puzzled him, but one morning when one of them actually came a little late, he was the first to arrive, but he was still a bit late, and he said, "You're late. What kept you?" He said, "I was having my breakfast." "Oh, I see. Must have been a fine breakfast to keep you late for school. What did you have for your breakfast?" "I had a boiled egg." "Oh, I see. All right, sit down, sit down." So 5 minutes later, the other brother arrived, and he said, "Oh, you decided to come to school. Very nice to have you with us. And tell me, what kept you? You're late." "I was having my breakfast." "I see. And what did you have for your breakfast?" "I had a boiled egg." He said, "Your brother had a boiled egg. He could be here 5 minutes ago." "Had I a spoon? Had I?" There were two men drinking in a New York bar, one at either end of this very, very long bar counter. And there was nobody else in the bar except the barman. And one guy squinted up along the length of the counter and said, "You know what, there's some shocking Irish looks about you." I said, "What's that effect?" "Well, you should get a prize for that. I have red hair and freckles and blue eyes and a broken nose, and you think I look Irish. Oh, Sherlock Holmes is alive and well and drinking in Manhattan." There's no need to be so bloody sarcastic. I know damn well you were Irish. What? I'm Irish myself, you know. Jeez, you don't say, you know. "And what part of Ireland do you come from?" I said, "None of your bloody business." "No, come on, where are you?" "I come from Mayo." "Come from Mayo? Jeez, I come from Mayo too. What part of Mayo do you come from?" "Culture-Mock, I suppose." "Culture-Mock, me arse. I come from Castlebar." "Jeez, I come from Castlebar too. What part of Castlebar do you come from?" And just then the phone rang, and the barman picked it up and said, "Oh, hi, boss." No, it's very quiet. Yeah, just the usual bullshit. The Rowan twins are pissed again. Inevitably, if I stand up in public, people expect some reference to the county of Cavan. So we might as well get the poor house out of the misery and start again. And there was a long-running dispute as to who would come out the winner in a contest of wits between the cute Cork whore and the main Cavan bastards. And this was finally solved over a game of golf. Now, the result of the golf is immaterial, but it was played between a Cork man and a Cavan man, obviously. And when they came in, they went, leaving the 18th green. The Cavan man was sort of hurrying towards the locker room, and the Cork man said, "Hey, hold on, what's your hurry? You never paid your caddy. I mean, the caddy has to live too, you know, you have to." He said, "Oh, God, yeah, you're right." He said, "Well, you know, I left my wallet in the locker room. I tell you what, you fix up the caddy and I'll fix up with you later on. Is that all right?" "Okay, fair enough. So later on, the Corkman came out of the shawl with the towel around his belly, and cabman said, did you fix the caddies? Oh, I did, yeah. I gave me one for the 20 quid, and I gave you for the 50p. You give me for the 50p? She might as well give him nothing and give him 50p. Oh no, because if I give him nothing, he might think you forgot. Now he knows you're the main bastard. All right, there's only two more. There's a habit among mothers in cities all over the world that on a Saturday they give their children something to help them with their movements through life. Some of them give them Glauber salts or Epsom salts, and they should all be put in prison. But there are others who give you things like California syrup of figs, from which we get the song, California, here I come. Well, there was one mother in Belfast, and she favoured castor oil above all other remedies. She thought castor oil was terrific. It was sticking out, it was great, you know. So she used to give the little boy castor oil. But one morning she went looking for him. He was out in the street playing football, so she called him, Sammy, come on in and take castor oil. Well, not. Come in. I'm not coming in. I don't want her to hear it. I'm not coming in. She said, if you don't come in, come in and take your castor oil. I'm not coming in. I don't want her to hear it. If you don't come in and take your castor oil, I'll tell your father. You know what he'll do? He'll pace you around the house so he will. Now you're coming. All right, I'm coming. Come on, come on, hurry up. Are you coming? All right, I'm coming. Are you going to take your castor oil? All right, I'll take my castor oil. But I won't shake. Finally, there were two men. There was petrol rationing. People don't remember this, but there was petrol rationing in this country not all that long ago, about 15 years ago. And the way it worked was that you drove up to a garage and they gave you a quid's worth, you know, and then you went on to another and you got topped up and so on. And it was a sort of barter in a way, because like you pulled up to her and just, have you any petrol? Yeah, okay, I'll give you a quid's worth. That's only because I don't like your sister. She was any good, I gave you 2 quid. But anyway, this sort of informal thing went on. But there were two men going down to Ballybunion from Dublin for a golfing holiday, and they were using this system to get down the country. They managed to get a pound's worth here, pound's worth there. They finally got over the Kerry board, and they thought they were safe. But they finished up in this village absolutely bone dry, not a drop in the tank. And the driver got out, and he went scouting around, and he finally came to this dilapidated-looking pub with one dilapidated pump outside it. And he went in and he peered around in the gloom and the dinginess inside, and he saw a lady behind the counter knitting. And she was an elderly lady. Well, she was an old one. Anyway, he said, excuse me, he said, you have a petrol pump outside? We have, that's right, yeah. Well, he said, have you any petrol? No, we haven't. We haven't a drop. But we'll have it in the morning, because they promised faithfully out the lorry about first thing in the morning. So if you're here in the morning, and of course you will be, because you know petrol to go anywhere else, we'll fill you up and you'll be grand. Well, that means we'd have to stay overnight. Oh, that's right, you figured that out very fast. Oh, the Dublin man for the brains, that's right, yes. Yes, you'd have to stay overnight. Well, he said, is there a hotel? What hotel you want? We give you a bit of breakfast here, for heaven's sake. Good breakfast and lorry, you fix it up in the morning. So they stayed the night anyway, and they had the breakfast. They got the lorry arrived, and they got filled up, and they went on, and they had a good holiday. And about 3 months later, the man who had been driving the car came to his friend, and he had a letter in his hand, and he said, listen, do you remember when we had to stop overnight to get that petrol and Kerry in the dirty old pub? Oh, yeah, I do, yeah. Yeah. And he said, now, tell me the truth. I want the truth now. He said, did you go to bed with that old one? I said, well, I did, yeah, I did. You did, you bastard. And you gave her my name and address. And he said, I did, yeah. I'm sorry. Well, he said, you're going to be more sorry now, because she died and left me the pub.
Thank you, God save you. Put it there, well done. Niall, Tóibín. Well, it is the last show. It is the last show. Well done, Niall. We'll take a break here. Come back to us after this. Well done, Niall. God save you. Well done. Thank you. Niall, Tóibín.